Our next type of quadrilateral is a rectangle. Now we already know so much about rectangles from our volume unit. So let's think, what are the characteristics a shape has to have in order to be a rectangle? It needs to have 4 straight lines. It needs 4 right angles. Opposite sides have to be parallel, and opposite sides have to be equal in length. So right angles are our first characteristic that we have to look at in these shapes, because I can see that all 3 of them have 4 different lines that are straight. Right angles are angles that come at a perfect corner like this. So taking a look at this whiteboard, this right here is a right angle. This right here is a right angle. It's that edge where it's just like a perfect little box could fit in there. So let's check. All of these, let's see if they have right angles. I can already tell that this is a right angle. This is a right angle. And I can tell that by sticking a corner of a straight edge into the corner there. If it fits perfectly, we know it's a right angle or comes to that right 90-degree angle edge. Take a look down here. Fits perfectly, and that side fits perfectly. Already they look like they are right angles. Now let's take a look at this one. If I put this in, it doesn't look like it's a right angle because this top line doesn't go right along the edge of my ruler. It goes upward. So that is not a right angle. So already this is not going to be a rectangle because it doesn't have 4 right angles. Let's check, is this bottom one's right angles? It fits perfectly in the corner, and this fits perfectly in the corner. Take a look at this one up here. If I put this in the, nope, not a right angle, because the top line goes down, it doesn't go along my straight edge. So this is not a rectangle because it only has 2 right angles. But this one looks like a rectangle. We don't know for sure because we haven't looked at the other 2 qualifications. Let's take a look at these angles. If I put my straight edge in, they match up perfectly. So they are right angles. Same thing on the bottom. Now, additionally, opposite sides have to be parallel in a rectangle. So let's take a look with my straight edge. If I go like this and move it down, the lines match. They're parallel. And let's check our sides over here. If I move it over, they too are parallel. So this is a rectangle. Let's check this one over here. If I put my straight edge in and move it down, rectangle, and they're parallel, parallel. So let's do our markers to show that they're parallel and call it a rectangle. Now, this one we already know is not a rectangle because it doesn't have all 4 right angles. It only has 2. But let's also check for parallel. It looks to me like the sides of this shape are parallel. Now let's check the top and the bottom. If I move that up, it intersects and crosses, so it's not parallel. So I'm going to put also and not parallel. So this is not a rectangle, so it doesn't have 2 sets of parallel lines, not 2 sets of parallel.